Hey guys, Angel Medina here. On today's video, I'm going to be going over what are the top 5 things that people do when they are purchasing or refinancing. What are the top 5 mistakes that people make when they're looking to refinance or purchase a home? So these are 5 things that are very critical that if you are going to buy or you're going to refinance your existing mortgage balance, I'm going to go over the top 5 things that you need to make sure and be aware of and make sure you do not do during the process. So if you're new here, I would ask you to please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you notice there's a little bell, go ahead and hit that bell. And what that bell does is it notifies you anytime I have any new uploads. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. Angel Medina, your lifelong mortgage advisor. Thank you. Five thing is if you are already in the process of refinancing and you're in the process of purchasing a home, the first thing I would recommend is do not get any more debt. Like if you're thinking about getting a new credit card, or let's say you go to Macy's and the person there is just like, oh yeah, you get 20% off if you get this Macy's card. You want to tell them absolutely no. It may sound good and they're going to tell you everything you want to hear, such as don't worry, it won't affect your credit. Whatever they tell you, you want to say no thank you, and that's it. Leave it at that, because I have had loans where it has usually at the end, let's say that somebody goes to Macy's or goes to let's say another store, and they apply for a credit card because they're thinking no big deal. And then we end up noticing it at the very end of the loan. And so what we'll have to do is get a statement, and we'll have to make sure that you still qualify with the new debt that you did incur. So if you did get a new, let's say credit card or any other type of debt, and if at the end we do see it, because whenever you're in the process of refinancing or purchasing, at the very end they do what's called a soft pull. A lot of people mistake that in the beginning. They ask me, do you do soft pull or hard pull? That's usually something that lenders do at the end of the loan to make sure that there isn't any new debt. So ultimately what the underwriter and the lender are trying to do is, of course, make sure that you didn't all of a sudden during the loan process, try and buy another home or incur more debt, or you went out and you bought, let's say, a new vehicle. The other thing is number 4. So number 4, I would say, is definitely make sure you keep doing what you're doing and paying your bills on time. Let's say you're in the process of purchasing a home. If you have any kind of credit cards for your husband, or let's say your wife, you definitely want to make sure that you guys are all on the same page. So the number 4 is no lates on any of the debt that you have. So no lates, no 30-day lates on any of the outstanding debt that you have. The next one is number 3. So the third one is do not change jobs. So if you're thinking about, or I wouldn't even say, this is something that I wouldn't even say, let's say you get a promotion. That could even alter the loan, not in a negative way, but it could prolong it. So let's say that you're trying to purchase a home, and then all of a sudden great news, we have a new position for you. Okay, great. And so your title has changed. And so when we go and do a verification of employment and it says something different than we originally put, and your income has changed, that you just have to let us know. If it's something that you are getting a promotion, of course, you would just let the lender, you would let the person you're working with know right away. If it's something you can hold off until the loan is done, the main thing is not going from one job to another. So let's say you're just like, oh, I got this other job, it shouldn't be any big deal. Definitely do not switch jobs during the loan process. Now, if you get a job where it's in the same line of work and you're making a lot more money and it's an absolute must, then yes, but just know that that is going to prolong the loan process, because what you have to do is you have to start the new job and you have to wait until you get your first paycheck. So again, the number 3 is do not switch employments during the loan process. That is super, super important. And the number 2 thing that I would say, number 2, is during the loan process, you definitely don't want to all of a sudden take any of the money that you have. Let's say that you're doing a loan and you're like, wow, this is great. I spoke to my lender. They said that they're going to have us at least skip one payment. I'm going to go ahead and, use this money towards, to buy a new, let's say, buy something new, or I'm going to pay off this credit card and just pay it off with 0 balance, and then I'm going to lower my payments even more. So what you're doing is you're taking the money that you're going to be saving, even though the loan isn't done, you're taking the money that you're going to be saving and you're using it towards something else. I would say wait until the loan is done. And another thing is let's say you do have a credit card and you pay off that credit card. Whenever you pay off debt, you can actually hurt your score by paying off the debt. And once, let's say again, they do a soft pull and they notice that your score has dropped down dramatically, they're going to want to know, well, why has their score dropped? What changed? And again, if it changed dramatically, you may put yourself in a situation to not qualify for the loan. So if it does drop dramatically or just a little bit, either way, you'll have to explain yourself, and we'll have to hope that the credit score is still good to where we can do the loan. So that's really important. Any money that you have, just definitely make sure and save it. Just wait until the loan is done. And then once the loan is done, then you'll be on your way to, use that money towards other things at that point, and then it won't really make a difference.
Number 1.
So the number one thing I would say that is really important, one of the things that I make sure at the very end of the loan is to make sure and call all my clients if it's about to, close, is if you have a mortgage payment and you're going to be refinancing and that you're going to ultimately skip a payment, but your payment for that month is still due. So let's say that, you have a loan and we're in, let's say, April, and you're going into May, and it's already April 25th. So April 25th, and that you're going to refinance and you feel it should get done by then. So you say, well, I'm going to hold off on paying, April's payment. So I would say that could be the one thing where if you roll into the next month and the lender finds out that you didn't pay for that month prior, that could actually make your loan not qualify. So there have been situations where somebody has done the loan and at the very end, we find out. That really doesn't happen to me much, because if we're even close, let's say we're on the 10th day or 15th day, I'm going to always suggest that you do pay the mortgage payment. Even though it would be great for you to skip 2 payments, it's not like you're actually skipping those payments. It's included in the loan. So they're included, the prepaid interest on the payoff is going to reflect that. So again, I would say the number one thing is to make sure and pay your mortgage on time. But what a lot of people do is they wait, and at the last minute, they'll try to scramble and pay the mortgage. And what if you pay it and it doesn't go through and somehow there's a bank error? Well, that's going to be really tough to explain. That's going to be a situation where you're going to feel like you wish you would have paid it. But I would say definitely make sure during the loan process, if you're going through it that month, to still pay your mortgage payment, even though the lender is telling you, oh, don't worry, you're going to skip a payment. Just to be better safe than sorry, make that payment. So I hope that this video brings value to you. I hope you do enjoy it. If you're new here, I would ask you please consider subscribing, and if you hit the bell, that will actually notify you any new videos that I upload onto my channel. And if you like this video, please do me a favor, go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching this video. Angel Medina, your lifelong mortgage advisor. Thank you.